As the trade war continues between the world's two largest superpowers, it looks like they are gearing up for an all-out Cold War. RT's Sarah Montez de Oca joins me with all of the details. Sarah, what has come out of Pence's visit to Asia, and could we be seeing the trade war ending anytime soon?
Scotty, it doesn't look like the trade war is actually ending anytime soon. We're fast approaching the G20 summit, which is at the end of this month. This means that we're heading into very high-stake bilateral trade talks between President Trump and President Xi Jinping. Now, they're scheduled to meet on November 30th. Now, as Vice President Pence finished his trip to Asia, he said that the White House won't be backing down from its tough stance on China. Pence told the Washington Post that if China wants to avoid an all-out Cold War with the U.S., then it must fundamentally change its behavior. He went on to say that we really believe we are in a strong position either way. We are at $250 billion in tariffs now. We can more than double that. Pence said, I don't think it's a matter of promises. We're looking for results. We're looking for a change of posture. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, top White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow told reporters that the U.S. and China are already talking at all levels.
We are now communicating at all levels, and that's a very good thing. The president kind of reopened the China talks, which had, I won't say they stopped, but they slowed down when he called President Xi. And it's pretty clear now that at the G20 meeting in Argentina, there will be talks between the two leaders, and in their bilat and what other meetings, trade will be included. There are a lot of things on the list, but trade will absolutely be included.
Kudlow went on with a list of things that the two global powers will be discussing. Now, these include intellectual property theft, stealing of technology, cyber hacking, and restricted access to Chinese markets, not to mention Chinese Communist Party interference in the politics of Western countries. And we know China isn't one to simply stand down and bow out. Both U.S. and China deficits are already seeing a jump, which is expected to get worse in the months ahead. The two superpowers are already seeing a negative impact on their economies. In the meantime, other countries around the world are also feeling some of the aftermath. According to AP Møller-Mærsk, the world's biggest shipping group, they saw their volumes fall 1.9% over the third quarter, which could decline even more in the coming months. And Germany, which is the world's third largest exporter and biggest economy in Europe, said that their GDP went down by 0.2%. That was the first decrease since 2015. Japan, the world's fourth largest economy of exporters, saw an annualized GDP decrease of 1.2% this quarter. That's the steepest decline in 3 years for them. Experts warn that these two countries could be heading toward a recession, in part due to the unstable global trade climate. Now, Scotty, the world is watching in anticipation of the G20 summit, and even though there's no expectation of the trade war ending, we just hope things don't get any worse.
Well, as the summit is gearing down, everybody's going to be going back to their countries. It's 6 a.m. in Singapore. Vice President Mike Pence is waking up, but he's got actually probably his biggest day ahead of him. What's on his agenda?
Well, he's going to start off by addressing and making remarks to everyone at the ASEAN summit. And then right after that, he's scheduled to meet for a bilateral trade agreement with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. So he's really trying to show his U.S. commitment to the region. We'll see what happens with China.
Well, that's a big one. I think at the end of the day, he's going to finish out the trip or finish out the day with the families in Singapore, with the Singapore ambassador. Thank you so much for following this story for us, Sarah.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.